So we're going to continue those section 1.1 notes. If for some reason you lost your template you printed out last time, make sure you print out another one. If you don't have a printer, don't worry. You're just going to take notes on a separate sheet of paper. But again, make sure you are taking notes because you're going to need to submit a photo of them to get credit for today. What we are going to do is continue looking at order of operations by doing what we call evaluating expressions. Here's what I mean by that. In problem number 1, we're just going to take a look at 4 of these for these notes. I'd like to do the problem 42 divided by x. I want to try to figure out what 42 divided by x is. But you have a problem. I hope you have a problem. You can't do 42 divided by x unless I tell you what? I have to tell you what number x is standing for. X, these variables are going to, x is what we call, first of all, a variable. And these variables are always going to stand for numbers. What I'm going to do in this problem is I'm going to tell you, we're going to do 42 divided by x if x equals 6. What that means is I'm going to go and I'm going to plug in the number 6 where this x is. I'm going to go get the problem 42 divided by 6. So really, when I give you a problem that looks like this, the first thing you're going to do is just go and replace all the letters with what number I tell you they stand for. Then I get an order of operations problem. Actually, it's easier than an order of operations problem. It's just a division problem. Go do it using your calculator if you need to. What is 42 divided by 6? Hopefully, you said 42 divided by 6 is 7. That's it. Number 2. Let's try 3a plus 4b if I tell you a equals 3 and b equals 2. 3a plus 4b if a equals 3 and b equals 2. Now, before we do this, we need to talk about what exactly 3a means. You don't see it, but there's actually an operation in between the 3 and the a. 3a really means what? 3 plus a? 3 minus a? 3 times a? Or 3 divided by a? 3a really means 3 times a. And if it's helpful, maybe draw a little multiplication dot over there and a little multiplication dot over there. So now when I go fill in my numbers, I am not going to write 3, 3. Because if I did that, it would be like the number 33, which is not what I have. I'm going to write the problem 3 times 3. Plus the problem 4 times 2. I need to make sure those are multiplication problems. Well now, according to our order of operations, what's going to happen next? 3 times 3, 3 plus 4, or 4 times 2? We do multiplication and division in order from left to right, which means I need to go do this multiplication problem. And I'm going to do 3 times 3, and I'm going to get 9. 9 plus 4 times 2. Now what? 9 plus 4 or 4 times 2? Hopefully you said 4 times 2. 9 plus 4 times 2 gives me 8. And 9 plus 8 equals, hopefully you said 17. Next. Number 3, xz divided by, in parentheses, y minus x, if I tell you that x equals 4 and y equals 8 and z equals, I don't know, let's make z 9. Why not? I would like you Actually, before you fill things in, XZ really means what? XZ, two letters next to each other, just like if I have a number next to a letter, means multiplication. I'm going to say X times Z. I'd like you to take a moment and fill in your numbers. Okay, so this should be 4 times 9. Make sure you put that times symbol in there. It's not the number 49, it's 4 times 9. Divided by, in parentheses, 8 minus 4. Okay, next question for you. Now we're going to follow our order of operations. 4 times 9, 9 divided by 8, or 8 minus 4. What's next? PEMDAS says I need to do those parentheses, so let's do 8 minus 4, and 8 minus 4 is, hopefully you said 2. 4 times 9 divided by 2. Okay, so now what? 4 times 9, or 9 divided by 2? 4 times 9 says... 4 times 9 is the next thing I should do, because remember, multiplication and division, we do in order from left to right. 4 times 9 is 36. 36 divided by 2, you go finish that off. 36 divided by 2 should be getting 9 for a final answer. One more, and I think this is, again, about as tough as these are going to get for right now. Let's do xy divided by x plus z. If I tell you that x equals 2, y equals 7, z equals 5. Before you fill things in, question for you, what sort of problem do I have up top? Addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? Hopefully you said multiplication. Go fill in your numbers. I'm going to make sure I put that multiplication dot between the 2 and the 7 up top. Okay, so we saw this in the last video. Remember, when we have a fraction like this, we need to figure out the top, figure out the bottom, and then divide those answers. You know what? I think you can finish this. See if you can finish off this problem. 2 times 7, that's going to give us 14. 2 plus 5, that's going to give us 7. 14 divided by 7, final answer will be 2. These will certainly get more difficult as we go throughout the year. And there really shouldn't have been much new in here. This should have been a review of middle school math. So if you're finding this really easy, don't worry. I promise you this class is going to get tougher.